Maybe under the bridge, but then you won't see anything. There's also problem.
Bridge from under the bridge.
Yeah, but then you won't see Vienna. No? Okay, we're gonna start from now.
Yeah, right. So we're here in Vienna, the capital city of Austria, and we're here for the Vienna Up Startup Festival from the 8th till the 16th of May. And we have had the privilege of getting to know the startups from here in Vienna, and also startups from across the globe, from different countries, who have come here for the Startup Festival in different sectors, particularly into technology and innovation. And I'm joined here by Ajay Singh. He's the head of technology and innovation from the Austrian Embassy there in New Delhi. Ajay, thank you so much for having us here in Vienna, and it has been an eye-opener for every one of us, the delegation from Meghalaya especially, and from the Northeast. So we have had an opportunity to interact and network with so many startups here in Vienna who have come from across from across the globe, if I may say.
Yeah.
What can you tell us a little bit about Vienna? How is the startup ecosystem here is like?
Okay, so hello everyone, and you see behind us is the beautiful city of Vienna in Austria, in Europe, and I'm very happy to and pleased to support this delegation, especially coming from Meghalaya all the way. And during my last trip in Meghalaya, I got to know about the startups, what kind of different variety. Of course, it's a global event and we appreciate all the startups, and Meghalaya startups are not just attending, they are very actively attending. So there's a huge difference. You see beautiful clothes, beautiful culture, but also the new technology. So in order to answer your questions, so I mean you can expect a really good entrepreneurial mix-up where Austria and India are working together. We have a little bit focus on not just on the technology, but also on the handicraft, handloom sectors, or organic farming, or something which comes from this northern part of the country. So I would say expect a lot of connection, and many of the startups are already making connection. I know for sure Investor Connect and many of the startups are also going to okay, so yeah, so all this is happening while you are having this event at 8 days. We are also in very good coordination with Austrian companies, and we are hosting them at various events where they are actually making entrepreneur to entrepreneur connect. That is also very much important. So government plays a role to bring you here, but it's you, all the entrepreneurs from India and Austria, that make it happen. So of course a lot of collaboration, a lot of intent to have a funding incentive, and also some of these startups can also be invited in coming events to market their products in Austria. So these are the things you can expect in all these cases.
Yeah, so I mean, for a first timer like me, Vienna is, Vienna,
that only, it's been
right, and we've never had this weather when we came here, when we reached here. It was all sunny and all that. I thought maybe Vienna is all about sunshine and all that.
Real Vienna. It can rain at any time, it can be windy, and we follow traffic rules, so we only cross the road when there is a green light.
Yeah, exactly. So talking about Vienna here, I mean, it's such a surprise for me when it comes to, so many things, right from the, let's just say, the traffic rules that we just, the zebra crossing that we just crossed right now. We have a lot of these traffic rules back there in our place, but not many people would really understand how they work and how they should obey or follow traffic rules that way. But here I could see that people are really following it to the dot. And
yes, you can say that.
Yes.
I'm just looking at the map to find my way.
and yes, so how did this all happen? I mean, did it take years, or has it always been this way here, or?
No, and I mean it's all how the geopolitical or humanity took place in different part of the world. And when we come here, of course we appreciate the culture, the rules and regulation, and everybody follows. And many Indians who also don't follow rules in India, they follow here. So when the culture is like that, you become more of a, you know, ambassador for your country. So this has been in Europe or many part of the world, that cleanliness is not a topic to be talked about. It's normal.
Right.
Water, sanitation, power, healthcare.
Yes.
It's
Absolutely.
not, nobody should talk because it's normal. It's like a human right now. And unfortunately, we are coming up with many solutions.
And speaking about healthcare, is this some kind of hospital or something?
Yes, that's the pharmacy you see here.
Okay.
And it's in German, so you have all those tests and all those things. Yeah.
All right.
So we should go this way. But let me find out. Yes, so you see, we have to stop on all of. We should go straight and then. Yeah. Okay, it's green.
It's still green, so we can see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you see, you can show them this tram. Everything runs on the road at the same time. So tram and bus, cars, everything on the same time. Almost zero accident. So maybe we can quickly cross, which is not suggested, but yeah, now we have to stop.
All right.
So you see, you can show them this tram. It will be, in 1 second you see the traffic. Everything on the same road and with harmony, with everything working together. So this is Europe. This is how, and of course in India also we do that. Only thing we have the little bit of resource problems at the moment, but I think the states like Meghalaya, where the population density is not so much in comparison to Delhi where I live, so these solutions can also be implemented. I think so. I would like to believe so. Yeah.
So speaking of you know, of the cleanliness here, it's something that really, I mean, it's a wonder for me, because back in our place we have the cleanest village in Asia, and we are so proud of it. But now seeing this, I mean,
there is a scope of improvement. Yeah.
Right.
Of course.
So how I mean, I'm pretty sure that this is all about the mentality of people and how people see you know, cleanliness and garbage, and of course waste management is also one part of it.
Waste management is also a very good part of the Austrian technology. Austria is a leading producer of waste management, water treatment solution in the world, and also cable car, mobility, railway. Indian Railway uses a lot of. So we have too many things which actually Austria is supplying to the world. And not just cleanliness. Of course, in Europe, if you travel other cities or countries, you will find similar. But here, our special focus, because this is the most livable city of the world, Vienna. Continuously for many years, and sometimes lose title to the neighboring country or city, but again get back. So most livable city of the world means the quality of life, the clean air solution. On it is not because they have solution, because they had intent. That's why they are solution, and that's why they are awarded, right? And of course, Northeast Meghalaya, we see in Delhi, we see a lot of traffic videos which are like very nice, but when Meghalaya comes to Austria, there is also a scope to learn and understand how and where we can do this. But this is not just India only learning to Austria, or Austria only teaching. No, it is both ways. India has a cultural values. India has a lot of skill, talent, 65% population, which is young, dynamic, software nation of the world. I think this is an equal opportunity for both the entrepreneur, both the side. And I believe so that under this India-Austria Startup Bridge, we are able to do so. So this is why we wanted this exposure trip from India all over. So when we are here, we are India, of course, and all the individual states have the cultural and technological advancements shown here. Today we will also demonstrate all the Meghalaya, Nagaland and rest of the country. This side, what this cultural bridge means like, right? You see all these beautiful buildings. Why you see, I mean, these buildings must be like 300-400 years old. And in back in our home, we are constructing high rises, towers, you know, going up. Of course, one part is the land price and everything, but we are also not, looking at what we have underground. Let's say Meghalaya, a lot of caves, a lot of wonderful opportunity for caving, tourism, bungee jumping, kayaking.
Right.
But people are leaving for, I don't know, some very technologically advanced solution. I think Europe, what I like more is very well in coordination with the past, present and future. So
Okay.
nothing to be left. You preserve your culture, your architecture, your language, and also work towards the future. So this is a good balance.
So safety is something that I wanted to talk about. Ever since I landed here, I've never felt like an outsider.
You're not.
I mean, and people don't judge me that way. And I mean, when you go talk to a stranger, if you lost your way, just now when I was coming to your hotel,
Yeah.
I got lost, and a person who doesn't even speak English, and he
Yes.
was helping me. He was trying his level best to explain
Yes.
everything. I mean, every direction that I need to take to get to your hotel. And I know that he's local. I mean, he speaks the language here, but I don't feel like I'm being discriminated because I'm a tourist, or maybe I'm an outsider that way. So how safe is it? I mean, that is from my experience, but how safe is it for people from outside to come here, visit, set up a startup of some kind,
Yeah.
or maybe even for the ladies who are
Yes,
to
yes. I
travel
mean,
here?
of course, if Indians are watching this video, of course it makes a lot of very valid point. But if the European perspective is checking, I mean, it is normal to be in a safe country. This is one of the safest countries. This is one of the safest city in the world. And no discrimination, whether it's caste, religion, or between male, female, or anything, LGBTQ or anything. I mean, all examples, I would say. No discrimination for any kind. And of course, people are very helpful. I mean, there are people helpful in both sides. But Vienna being the tourist hub also from the past, a lot of palace, castles and vineyards. So it's not a new that tourism industry is, the tourists are very much welcome because they are part of the culture. Yeah. So this is it's like normal. I mean, it is normal for any person who is coming here, whether they are starting their base, they are starting their startups, or they have wonderful support from the Austrian Federal Economic Chamber, from Vienna Business Agency, from Global Incubator Network, from Invest in Austria, Jane, FFG. So many to count to start with AWS. So this is a wonderful opportunity for Indian startups to target the European market, but via Austria.
Okay.
It is, I mean, seeing is believing. So you can see, if I would have sent you a presentation, you would not see what I mean to say,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Straight and then decide.
So let's talk about.
And just to add,
Yes,
you
yes.
must have attending all these events at till 10, 11. You see the equal participation of ladies, because you asked about the ladies' safety.
Right.
You see no incident of any kind, nothing, zero. And I mean, it's totally normal to be anything.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah, that's normal. Yeah.
No, so because before I would leave before I would leave India for Europe, I thought maybe, I mean, it's I felt kind of scared and insecure about going out there all by myself if I have to. But then reaching
You
here,
can't say that.
it's
You are
something else.
total 20 member delegation. You were never alone from Meghalaya, from Shillong to here.
Right, but-
Maybe
but-
I was coming alone, but
Yes,
not you.
yes. So let's talk
And with a
about.
very good government backing.
True. I mean, I couldn't agree more. Now, let's talk about public transport.
Yeah.
I mean, I see a lot of, the investment into the public transport here. How did this come into place, and how did this all take shape?
So Austria is a technology country. World's most precision technology comes from Austria. In India we have 160 Austrian subsidiaries. For example, Rotang Pass Tunnel, one of the Austrian tunneling company, Geoconsult, was involved. You see the Atal Setu in Mumbai, the harbour bridge, the cabling. Red Bull being the Austria's #1 company, Swarovski, many companies in the automotive, and then many companies in the retail sector, many companies in the innovation. So it's all about innovation. It is a nation for innovation.
Okay.
And public transport, when you talk about, public transport is also part of this innovation, that if you don't have roadways, if you don't have highways, if you don't have a robust public transport, you cannot move businesses, you cannot make money, because then people are only worried about, you know, the point A to B, not about the core business. I think it's very good example when, you know, it's a term, roadblock. So if there are no roadblock for your business, for your career, for your opportunity, the first thing first to solve the transport. And it is there. All the roads, you see, we are walking on the nice sunny day. Okay, I mean, I would have taken my car out in Delhi, and here we can actually walk for more than 4 or 5 kilometers just on foot. Yeah, so this is normal.
So speaking of technology, is there any potential or possibility, or if there's anything that you can tell us about agrotech maybe here?
Yeah.
Because we have a lot of agriculture being done there back in our place. So what's there to learn from Austria?
Yes, you know, wine, cheese, a lot of production, a lot of vineyards are here, a lot of organic farming, vegan culture is also picked up highly, and no fertilizer, no pesticide. And I know one state that's doing it in India, that's maybe Meghalaya, right? So similar example, organic farming is a one big sector. And people like to eat clean.
All right.
Again, very normally, it is very clean things, and people love outdoors, so the adventure sports. And I think the states in Northeast are the most beautiful states. I'm sure my colleagues from the southern part or the northern part where I come from maybe not agree with it, but I believe so. It's my personal thinking that Northeast is the most beautiful place, and every state of the Seven Sisters, every place is so beautiful. And this tourism combined with organic or biotourism, I would say, you know, the ecotourism, where the know-how of all these things are, you know, shared, and then we have a mutual opportunity, because Austria knows how to produce wine or many the agriculture stuff. India or Meghalaya also knows. Only thing we need is technological cooperation, some mentorship, guidance, both sides, and it could be a new industry.
So talking about how people are very health conscious here in one way, from what I've seen, and from the kind of food that they choose and all that, I see that the lifestyle and the culture here is very different in terms of you know, keeping oneself healthy. I mean, I see a lot of walking population, so to say. Yes, I do see cars. You see cars everywhere around, but also there's a lot of walking, you know, crowd everywhere, and parks like these are everywhere. And by the evening, every day I would see people with their kids and families, you know, just hang around on these parks and open places like these. What's there? I mean, how is this the culture here or something?
Yes, absolutely, you're correct. Vienna is very famous for the Viennese coffee, and cafes outside the shops. People still like to meet each other, despite having a lot of Facebook and all those online platforms. But Europe is enjoyed at the best when you see people, when you meet people, and this is the culture. People meet, enjoy, and I mean, it's you see every evening, you see restaurant extended to the roads, less traffic, everybody walking. I mean, we are walking, we are not even from here. Right? Right. While we are walking, we could have taken a cab, or but it's so beautiful to love to walk.
Yes,
it's almost raining, you know. It's almost raining.
So why I'm asking is that I mean, I don't know what's the the size of the city here, but
Yeah.
it's quite huge.
Yeah.
Yet people are still walking.
Yeah.
And but back in, let's just say Shillong, where everything is in walking distance, we tend to take our cars, vehicles and bikes and all that, and then you know, and we contribute to the traffic congestion, which is another problem there. So I mean, so how would you convince, you know, a population like that, or maybe a person coming from a place like that, which is everything is in a walk distance, but you know, with
Yeah,
not
you
choosing
walk.
to do so?
Well, not choosing to do so is also the bad side of globalization, where people think empowered owning an iPhone, and I have Android, so but iPhone or big fancy car, and it's also considered a status symbol. The bigger the car, the more your praise or something like that. It could be a cultural understanding of the local ecosystem, but I would say nobody stopped me from walking anywhere in the world. I can walk in Vienna, I can walk in New Delhi. The challenge what I face, there are no walking pathways, you know, continuously. Where to walk?
Makes sense. Makes
You see
sense. It
this
makes
pathway,
sense.
And then you see it's very easy to walk.
Yes.
Nobody is honking on me or something.
Right. And
And
yeah,
I'm wearing a suit and see, I'm walking to my work. Oh, we're almost there. Which is, it's not normal. In Delhi, I take out my car, of course, because I cannot walk when there are though let's say no mechanic. I mean, there is, but for certain zones, certain areas, or walk in a park. When you design city like a park, you know, walking
Then
pathway,
you
cycling
love to work.
pathway, and then trains, and then all the cars, so everybody can have their fair share of this thing. I am sure more than 50%, 60% of the population of entire country wants to walk, because we are having this obesity and many things, and we would want to walk if given a chance that we have. I mean, people who don't find an excuse can go to the treadmill and they can do the walk, but walking in this atmosphere makes sense. So now we are here.
Okay, just one last question though.
Yeah, sure.
I'll just be here.
Yeah.
So I think before we enter, we will end it here, but before we end this conversation, just wanted to know regarding the education system here.
Yeah.
And how do people do it here? How do the government or the you know, the local authorities do it? Is there any access to let's say public education system of some sort?
Of course. Very well planned, and also other than the academics, like the theoretical education, vocational education is also one of the point where the skilling, or being a chef, being a electrician, being a being somebody who is skilled is also appreciated. You know, the chefs are appreciated all over Europe. The people are very much appreciated, not what they do, but I mean, they are not judged what we do. They are appreciated in all ways possible. So skilling and jobs at all level, they have the most, I think, advanced infrastructure to work with. And the future of work, you can say, looks like this. This is my office, by the way, so I think I can say that. And I think it's a good opportunity. That is why I personally, professionally put a lot of effort to bring in all the Meghalaya startups and the administration. Not just a startup, we also want to train the trainer. That is why we really want everybody to see. And then when you discuss with them, and next time, actually I would like all of you to make this video like him, and he could also hold the camera, but I would invite, and I would like everybody of you to be in Vienna. Until then, I will just do some work and come back to you again.
All right,
thank you.
Thank you so much, Ajay, for the time
Thank you very
and for
much.
the beautiful conversation. And we've been enlightened about what Vienna is, and I'm pretty sure that many of you have been enlightened. And drop your opinions in the comment section. What do you think about Vienna, and what do you expect, let's say, from this trip that we've been part of? And we'll see you in the next video. Thank you.
And
yes,
also,
tell me.
you can also follow Austin Embassy, Indian Embassy.
Yes.
Of course, you are his subscriber. Maybe I can steal some subscribers. I don't have a
Sure,
channel.
sure.
I just Twitter account, like a boring official.
It's
Yes,
okay.
But
You can do, yeah.
if you like to know more or keep on updated, please find and all of us, and of course like and increase his followers.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
once again.
Thank you very much.